we are going to see another question on LeetCode, and that is build an array with stack operations. So first we'll read the question. Given an array target and an integer n, in each iteration you will read a number from list and that is 1, 2, 3 up to n. Build the target array using the following operations. Push, read a new element from the beginning list and push it to the array. And pop, delete the last element of the array. Okay, if the target array is already built, stop reading more elements. You are guaranteed that the target array is strictly increasing, only containing numbers between 1 to n inclusive. Okay, so we'll try to get what the question is trying to say with the help of an example. We will be given a target array and a number n. Okay, and then what we have to do is that we have to use push and pop operations. If you don't know about push and pop operations, I'm going to tell you about them. Basically, there is a data structure known as stack, and in stack there are two operations, push and pop. Push means putting something in the stack and pop means getting something out of the stack. So this is how a stack looks like, and when we put something, it is known as push, and when we take something out, it is known as pop. Okay, so in the question we are given target array and that is 1, 3, and we are given n equals to 3. So basically we have three numbers, 1, 2 and 3. We will have to either push them or pop them or both of them, but we'll have to do something like this only. Okay, so what I'm going to do is that first I'm going to push 1. When I push 1, then 1 is going to be at the bottom. Okay, so I pushed 1. Okay, then I'm going to push 2. I push 2. So then push operation. But if you observe, 2 is not there in the target array, so we will have to take this out as well, right? So I'm going to apply the pop operation, and that is why 2 comes out of this stack, and hence this place becomes vacant. Okay, and then we push 3, right? So this is push. You might be thinking that I would be using stack data structure, but actually we are not going to use that. We are going to just have a simple code. Let's see the implementation. What I'm going to do is that I am going to start a for loop from 1 to this number that is given to us, n. Okay, I'm going to do it from 1 to the number given. So in this case that is going to be 1, 2 and 3, right? Okay, and then what I'm going to do is that at each and every iteration I'm going to check whether the number that I am using in this iteration is present in target or not. If it is present in the target, then I'm going to add just push. But if it is not present, like when I come at 2, so 2 is not present in the target, right? So I'm going to add push and pop both in the list, right? And again when I come to 3, 3 is present in the target, so I'm just going to add push. Okay, so that was all about the implementation part. Now let's see the code. In the code part, first I'm going to declare a list, and we all must know that list is an interface in Java, and that is why we can't create objects for list. So that is why I'm going to use list string L equals to new array list. If you want to know more about this, I'm going to add the link in the description box. Then I'm going to declare j equals to 0. I'll be telling shortly that what j is. Then I'm going to check if the last element of target array is less than n or not. Why am I doing this? Because just see this example number 3. In this example, you will find that target array is 1, 2 and n equals to 4. So I would be doing what? 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to check for all of them. But if you observe, the biggest element of target array is just 2. I'm wasting my iterations for 3 and 4, right? So I'm going to check this at this stage, or whether the last element of target array, that is the maximum element of target array, is less than n or not. And if it is less than n, then I am simply going to assign n as the last element of this target array so as to save my iterations. Okay, then as I told, I am going to use a for loop here, which will be starting from 1 to this number n, or what we declared in the if statement. Then I am going to check at each step whether I is equals to target j or not. Now comes j. Actually j is nothing, but I am using j to access the elements of target array, and I am using the for loop I, that variable I, to iterate from 1 to n. Okay, so that is the difference between I and j. And if I find that element in the target array, then I am just going to add push. And if I don't find, else condition is the case when I don't find that in the target array, then I'm going to add both push and pop in it. Okay, and at last I'm going to return this, right? So let's submit this code. Beautiful. So this code is actually working. Thank you.